the truth.
What is up, everybody? How are you guys doing? It is Monday. You might be asking, what am I doing on a Monday? Well, guess what? We are bringing to you here at Winnipeg Alternative Media and at The Filthy Truth, with, of course, our amazing producer, Alex, are bringing you a 4-week special on wellness. Now, I'm trying to figure out how to make this camera work here a little bit better, but how you guys doing? It is Monday. You know how everybody says they hate Monday? I actually really love Mondays, and I'm going to tell you why. Because everybody's always looking for a reset button, and everybody's always looking for a way to like kind of reboot themselves or restart something. Guess what? Mondays are always been that day. You know, we're always like, we're going to start Monday. We're going to start Monday. Well, guess what? This is the day that you get to start. We get to start a fresh week. We get to start a fresh day. The sun was out today. It was a beautiful day outside. You know, what was not to enjoy about today? So I want to wish you all a big hello. Hi, everybody who is commenting. How are you guys doing? Can you all do me a favor? Please like and share this video so we can hit this out to the masses. So what I did want to talk to you guys about today is, I'm just going to pull this up right here. Right here. So as you guys know, this is a show about wellness. This is a show about how to use kind of holistic healing, how to use your all of this natural amazing stuff. So I just wanted to send a huge shout out to Jasmine and a huge shout out to Clayton, who's going to be our guest on here tonight. So Clayton is from Sacred Lotus and Jasmine is from Organic Health. I just wanted to let you guys know that if you guys are looking for Thai massages, if you guys are looking for acupunctures, reflexology, herbal detoxes, all of those amazing things, please for sure head over to organichealth.ca and make sure that you guys are taking care of those bodies, because guess what? This is the only meat vessel you guys have. That one was for you, Todd, that we have going around this world right now, and we need to make sure that we're taking care of it and making sure that we are doing things for it. Thai massages, believe it or not, they hurt, but they are amazing for you. Why? Because it's like doing it's called myofascial release, and that's super important. I can get super geeky with you guys on all of this stuff, but I really don't want to. So before we do get Clayton on, because this is still the filthy truth and because I'm still me, I'm going to talk to you guys about a few things here that kind of piqued my ear and peaked up during the course of the day. Of course, if you guys have been living under a rock or haven't been on Instagram at all, then you don't know that Pastor Art was arrested when he landed at the Calgary airport. So right in the plane, he came in on a personal jet plane. They arrested him inside the plane. They guided him out. They made him go on his hands and knees. I'm actually going to share this because if you guys haven't seen this, you guys need to see this. Alex, when this pops up here, can you share this screen, please? All right. So you see here. So they treat him like a full-on criminal. On his knees, getting him cuffed up. Doesn't look very comfortable. And then he takes him off. So as you guys can see that Pastor Art got picked up today by the Calgary police, the Gestapo, and we are hoping that he is well. We wish him and his family a lot of well-being. You know, our hearts go out to that because as we all know, it's not okay. That's not okay. And then I just wanted to also share while I have the screen up here, and I wanted to share this story here because this story hit me a little bit. This gentleman here, as you guys know, we had Amy on the show. She's the girl who paints these portraits of these people and their stories. And I just wanted to say that this gentleman here died in the early mornings of, I'm going to say that that's April 18th, 2021. Saturday night, he went to bed with a headache, side effects from, of course, the shot. And he assured that it was nothing serious. He never felt yucky, 45 years old. He was active. He was healthier. He was a law enforcement officer, so he was a cop. And he passed away. A few days later, the medical examiner called and they found this word here, which is meningioma, which is on his left frontal lobe at, and they think that that's what was causing his death. So frontal lobe, that's in the brain. Okay. Um, so that's what it was. That's what he passed away of, and it's just really, really sad. Okay, Alex, you can take that off. It's just really, really sad when you think about the fact that this is the reality that you don't get to see on the mainstream media. So, why isn't the mainstream media talking about these stories? Why is this being hidden from you? Why is this being hidden from the people who are scared? Okay. The third boosters are coming. Now, I was just going through CTV News because you know how much I love to go through CTV and CBC and, listen to all of their fantastic fabricated stories. But here's the reality of the situation. They say 80% of Manitobans are vaccinated. I call 100% bullshit. 100% bullshit. Why do they want you to think that there's more people vaccinated than not? Because at this point, they just want you to cave and go and get it. But the problem is that they're not telling you these stories. They're not telling you the reality of the shot. You don't have the opportunity to see both sides of the story. So your informed consent is not informed at all. When you agree to it, you are agreeing to being a test subject. You are agreeing to be part of the propaganda, part of the testing process, a part of their genetic coding of your human body. Now, I have a conversation today about, and I'm not going to say where, and I'm not going to say who, because I really want to protect the identity of these people. But when people go and get the shot, because more people are hurt by it than you realize, they have to go for medical intervention from a holistic standpoint. They have to clean their bodies out because of the poison that they put in. And they wished that they would see stories like this, and that this was what was being reported on CTV News, on CBC News, on Global News, on CJOB, CJAB station. I like that. I heard that yesterday. I thought that was fantastic. And I guess the biggest question, and it was a good question that I had yesterday, and it was brought up, and I really appreciated how this was brought up, because if you're sitting there, the day comes, and you get called in, and they say, get the shot or lose your job. What's the conversation you have with your boss or your supervisor in that moment? You're about to lose your job. Do you do what I probably do, which would be like a go fuck yourself kind of one? Or would you want to articulate your point? I would try to do both. I'd probably give them an articulate point with a go fuck yourself in it. October 18th, the testing starts 3 times a week for people who aren't shot up. That's 3 times a week. You have to shove a Q-tip up your nose with proven crap in there that is cancer causing. People are getting nosebleeds constantly. Yeah, your union doesn't help. Your union is all pro shot. Your union has been bought out. Your union is useless. So here's the story that I'm going to tell you guys. The story on this, you got to go to COVID victims portrait. And this, if you guys want to start making some noise, stop talking about ivermectin. Fucking ivermectin is old fucking news. Stop talking about the rallies and hugging each other and being super happy. Start sharing these stories. Start telling these guys' stories. Why? Because it could save people from going to get that damn booster. It can get people to change their minds. They say that 80% of us got it. There's no fucking way Manitobans have gotten that shot. There's no way there's 80%. There's no way. They want to make you think that you're the minority when you're actually probably the majority. They want to make you think that there's no other choice, but there is a choice. And I loved how Patrick Allard put something on his page the other day. The government's not masking your kids. The government's not masking you. You're masking you. You're masking your kids. And I loved that call out. I loved it. And this is why. Because we are all responsible for the things we do in this world, which means you're responsible for the choice that you made. So if you chose to put the mask on the kid and send the kid to school, you made that choice. You didn't go to the school and say, my kid is not wearing the mask, so deal with it. You didn't say that. You made the choice to put a mask on your kid and send him to school. There's a lot of things that you can do where you get to change the narrative of how you guys are going to react to this stuff. Now, my wife had to leave because she can't handle these conversations. But here you go. Again, we're faced with another one. 4th lockdown in Winnipeg. What did we say back in March of 2021? What did I say? What did Winnipeg Alternative Media say? We've been telling you this. The 4th wave will come at the end of September. Why? Because school started. Why? Because flu season started. Now, for those of you guys who got the jab, you guys have killed almost all your white blood cells. Guess what's going to happen? When the flu comes or a common cold comes, when you go and get that booster, you're literally wiping your fucking army out of your body. And this is when it's going to get hairy. So during the whole pandemic, yeah, Winnipeg jabs, that's awesome. That's great. There was 1,209 deaths due to the pandemic. 1,209 deaths. Is that a pandemic? Let's be honest, guys. Is that a pandemic? 1,200 people died. A pandemic means that 1 out of 5 people, 1 out of 10 people die. That's a good one too. You guys think we have these tinfoil hats nice and tight and wound up everywhere in our bodies, but we don't. Look at the fucking numbers. They're all there for you to read. Go read these stories. COVID victims portraits. I'm actually going to I'm going to send this to Alex, the website for this, so that he can. Oh, I see my guest is on. All right. Okay, so I'm going to get Alex to throw that in here. All right. Anyways, I had a couple more things to say there, but we'll leave that for tomorrow night's show. Tomorrow night, by the way, we have the lovely Beth Martin that's joining us. Beth Martin's, pardon me. She's going to talk to you guys about some common law stuff. You are not going to want to miss this show. You do not want to miss tomorrow night's show. And then, of course, on Wednesday at 8 o'clock, I hop over to Shadow Davis's platform at 8 o'clock. He will be on at 8 o'clock tonight as well. So once you guys are done watching me, you're going to have time to go to the bathroom. You're going to have time to pour another coffee, and then you get to sit down and watch my buddy Shadow Davis talk about some more real life stuff. But for now, we're going to talk about wellness. Why is it important to take care of your body? Why is it important to make sure that you're taken care of? Why is it important that you're taking care of your immune system? Why is it important that you guys are doing everything? Well, I'm going to bring on Clayton, and we're going to have a discussion so y'all can catch up and listen up to this. So please welcome Clayton from Sacred Lotus.
Hi, hello, good evening.
How are you?
I am doing very well. How are you?
I'm doing very, very well. This is the first time we get to meet. I know Jasmine's been pushing me to reach out to you, so I'm really happy we get a chance to finally communicate and finally chit-chat on the show.
Of course, of course.
So Clayton, why don't you give us a little bit of your backstory on how you got involved, what you do, and what brought you to today, so that we can have these conversations about wellness.
Yes, of course. As you might have heard from Jasmine, I am an aromatherapist. Something I picked up over the years from friends who are in the business, and over time it became to be one of my biggest joys. I really enjoy doing what I do in terms of aromatherapy and essential oils. The research that involves, and the great part of it is that I have managed to meet some wonderful people that are into the natural stuff, something I really love hearing from others, their input, their ideas, their experiences, what works, what doesn't work. At the end of the day, improving is what helps everyone, and taking everyone's opinion helps a lot. Personally, I brought some aromatherapy background from back home, Guatemala, and then somewhere around 2011 2012, I had the luck to take some equivalent education of aromatherapy in British Columbia, and then years later, here I am.
And here you are in Winnipeg hanging out, and or this is gonna be awesome. So aromatherapy. Now I use aromatherapy here all the time. I feel like it's great, especially if my nose is feeling a little more congestive. I just kind of take a good huff of like some peppermint or some kind of menthol. What about the aromatherapy helps the wellness of the body?
Everything. I mean, uh, there's no need to make it complicated. Just as you mentioned, one of the most known essential oils out there, it could be anything with a menthol extract in it. So, peppermint, spearmint, naioli, marjoram, eucalyptus, so many of them. The cool thing of it is that they all do something unique, and they all have something unique within them that connects them to the other oils. So when you put them all together, you happen to be adding benefit on top of benefit, and the end result, as long you're mindful of how you do it, it will always be amazing. You don't need to be an expert about it. You just need to be cautious, uh, do a little bit of research, be inform yourself. It's always good. And then, simple things. Mentos will help you with inflammation, sore muscles, congested sinuses. Even sometimes it will help you to stay alert if you're a person that suffers of fatigue. So there are many benefits that come along from such small and simple things, which are plants and everything that's around us, which is nature.
Absolutely. So, what we can you maybe then just break down a little bit of like what oils would benefit us? Okay, we're coming into cold season, cold flu season, and I'm not even going to use the c word because that's just, I just
Of
it's not
course.
even a thing. So we're going to go into the cold and flu season. How can people arm themselves a little bit just through aromatherapy?
Of course. So just to put myself on the front line here, I am a person that I am asthma prone, for example. I am a person that suffers from a lot of allergies, and what I do matters the way it affects me at the end of the day. Now, I will answer your questions in respect about aromatherapy, but I do want to point out that your lifestyle do matters. Always be mindful of what you do. I'm not saying you have to quit. I'm not saying you have to completely change. All I'm suggesting is an adjustment,
Mhm.
because the healthier your body, the greater the benefit, the beneficial impact you'll receive from essential oil. Now, to answer your question, one of my favorite mixes for personal use, it will always be mixing Chinese and Australian eucalyptus, add a drop or two of tea tree oil for the antibacterial benefits of it, top it up with a little bit of peppermint and chamomile, and then obviously I have a job, so I will add it into my favorite cream. Don't care about the brand, just add it to a base.
Yeah.
Few little drops and rub it on your chest, or rub it on the side of your neck, and go about your day. That would, at least that for a few hours in the morning, will get you through the morning with no trouble. And then again, benefits have the essential oils have many benefits, and then but what you do on your lifestyle, and be smart about essential oils, and something as simple as that, it will help you. Most people nowadays use a little roller bottle,
Mhm.
and there you go, you're all set for the day.
Yeah, I used to do lavender right over here, and that would just kind of help my stress levels come down a little bit just before I'd do a workout or something. What about the essential oils? Like I'm just kind of scrolling through your website here, and I'm looking at a lot of the things that you have, which is like basil essential oil, cedarwood, you got Canadian fir. Like, what do all of these essential oils have to do with our health and our wellness? Like, how does that kind of work together with that?
when we talk about health and wellness, we're also talking about your mental state, your spiritual state, your perception about your body. And then all these essential oils can be used in multiple areas and multiple ways. uh, I do this not for a money grab. I do this because I just think it's cool. It's a great way to have a healthy topic, a conversation with anyone.
Mhm.
And I mean, nature is everywhere. Now, a basil, cedarwood, rosemary, excellent for anyone looking to create a little bit of blood circulation in a shampoo and help with hair growth kind of thing. Uh, let's talk about the florals: geranium, ylang ylang, rose. Anyone with menstrual pain, they can create a little massage oil and it will just help them to alleviate.
Mhm.
So when I talk about wellness and the variety of oil that I offer, is for that reason. It's just to have a little something to help everyone in many ways. And again, a happy person, the body produces less acidity, there is more alkaline agents in the body, you're less likely to get sick.
Yep.
And then everyone is different, so the oils are almost like customized. We just adjust them to what works best for you, and then we are sure to help you and provide information how to use it, and just make your day better. And that way your everyday life can start changing from something so simple.
Yeah, that's it. It's and it's funny that you say that because and you know that we use a lot of aromatherapy when we're doing like meditations or you'll smell it in when
Exactly.
we go in for yoga. Um, is there what's the magic with the essential oil, especially when we are in the meditation? Does that help us elevate ourselves to that next level, or how does that awareness kind of transfer to the two?
Hugely, based on the level of knowledge of people, based on their cultural background. Some might speculate that there is no scientific base, some others will speculate that there is scientific base. Opinions are different, but just from a cultural point, essential oils do have a level of vibration. And if you are very a person that likes meditating and taking that me time at home, or you are very spiritual, just pick the essential oil that suit your best your senses, and it also falls under the umbrella of what you're going to be using it for. One of my favorite oils is blue lotus flower, and the vibrational level of this essential oil, um, to give you, at least from a personal experience, is completely grounding, and it gives you that self feeling that you can move everything around you by just a thought. That's how amazing and grounding this oil is. But the experience itself comes down to a personal level, and but it varies from cultural and religion basis on each person.
I really like that you said that it really connects you because it really does when you think about that whole elevation of your process and when you're taking in a deep breath. For me, like I'm going to say I got like two favorites for sure. Lemongrass is like one of my all-time favorites and eucalyptus. Like I think I can just spread eucalyptus everywhere in my house and I just that's one of my favorites. That's a huge one for me. And I have a question here just for you if you don't mind. The girl here or the gentleman here is asking, do you have any offering for suggestions with people with autoimmune diseases?
Um just to be respectful, I do. But generally, it's a conversation I gotta have with a person on one. The reason being, it is just as I was saying earlier, lifestyle matters. Some people might have certain conditions currently, or there might be underlying conditions from family history. There could be medication involved. Again, just as you were saying earlier, now with the whole concern with the vaccines, right?
Mhm.
Regardless of the public's opinion, when we put something in our body that doesn't belong to us, and a person with autoimmune issues might struggle with that, right? So the the end goal, the end results of the essential oil might not always be the same. Again, based on acidity and alkalinity in the body. So, can go to my website, send me a question, and then I will connect with you and have this conversation. But it's a little bit more personal, and it's something that, out of respect, I like to make that 15-20 minute phone call and actually have the proper time to get to know the person, understand the situation, and then from there I will provide a feedback.
Okay, for sure. So, what's the website that they can get a hold of you at?
If you go to my business website, which is sacredlotusaromatics.com, just go to the contact information, and then send me a message. I will receive it and I will connect with you within 24 hours. And then, and just to talk about something here, I I partner with many people that are experts in fields such as Jasmine. And if I don't have the proper answer for you, just from an aromatherapy standpoint of view, I will recommend you to someone else who can take you to a deeper level into other optional holistic therapies to help you improve your health.
Yeah, absolutely. And Jasmine is definitely a huge advocate for all of this natural detoxing. It's amazing for the body with what she does. And then, of course, if you're adding the aromatherapy to it, there's just so much to the aromatherapy. I think and this isn't a new science, right, Clayton?
No.
So, how far back does aromatherapy actually go?
Oh my goodness. Even until nowadays, when they go searching into uh, countries such as China or Egypt, the far back keeps pushing back 2,000 years, 3,000 years, 5,000 years. Now, I'm not saying all of the essential oils come, because many of them have happened to emerge in the last 100 years. But when you're talking about helichrysum essential oil, myrrh, frankincense, even eucalyptus, in some cultures, that's something that was local to the natives in XYZ country at the time. Tea tree oil. If you ask about the tea tree oil about to the natives of Australia, they will tell you all about it. So the history varies, but it goes so far back. Just to share a quick fact here, real quick, with everyone, with me, my background come from a very humble beginnings, and this is what got me going. Small child, playing out in the bushes, got hurt. I had a huge cut. Um, I got to my mom, and no money for medication. So my mom comes and she goes to the farm right beside us, grabs some coffee beans with a rocks, just ground all the coffee, put it on my leg. The coffee stopped the bleeding, and she went to an eucalyptus tree, grabbed the sap, grabbed some warm water, quickly cleanse it, and put it on the wound. 2 3 days later, it's like nothing ever happened to me.
That's crazy.
Hmm.
That's crazy, and that's just from herb medicine that people never really thought that's a thing. So, how did it become, like, taboo, or how did it become so woo-woo, like, in the culture, as maybe just more as Western medicine kinda came in and big pharma kinda came and pushed it out, or what's your thoughts on that?
In respects of essential oils
Yeah,
and
with essential
aromatherapy.
oils, yeah.
See, the thing it is to be quite honest, we don't have a true competitive entity in the world that can actually help push what essential oils do for us, right? Every country have their own independent agency, but many of them don't agree in the background, don't agree in the science, don't
Mhm.
agree in the information, right? We have now some big companies out there who they do their own research, but they truly don't share all the data they collect. Most of the time, the marketing side of it just makes it look bigger and better,
Yeah.
and that's where taboos start, right? The misinformation. Sometimes some companies just do it for the money, other smaller people do it for the sake of working with people. But there is some science behind essential oils. I mean, sometimes just your common sense alone will show you that just a little bit of lavender essential oil can just improve your mood.
Yep.
You don't need someone with 8 degrees come and tell you what they do and don't do if there is thousands and thousands of years of history about that specific plant.
Yeah, and
And
if you kind of go through your website, like you really like break down like a lot of the stuff when it comes to the oils and just exactly what it is. So how do you create the blends? Like, is that just to the person, or is it just by what they need, or how do you create those blends together?
the current pre-made blends I have is a collection of the oils that have worked best, that I have used through my years working with other people. These are the blends that I have made that I know they work and they
Yeah.
will do something. They're just not there to have a pretty top note, middle, and bottom note. They are made to actually work for people. When it comes down to custom blending, I always make sure I do it to the expectation of the client. I always make sure that if I'm going to recommend something, I will make sure it works for you. And I will always make sure that I do my research, because again, it's really hard to remember absolutely everything some days.
Hmm.
I go back and double check my information before I proceed to create a custom blend. Um, you know, People with asthma. Let's talk about people that smoke,
Yeah.
right? One of the most common things. Some people are really into essential oils. I have had clients that come and buy 3, 4 bottles of lavender essential oil. But you ask them if they can notice the scent. No, they lost their sense of smell
Yeah.
because 30, 40 years of smelling. But they buy it because they believe it will help them. I have other clients who have a partial sense of smell. They will find the florals very offending, but they will find the menthols or the woodsy scents uh, just the right fit for them,
Yeah.
and then the other way around. So every person is different, so I try to work with them. And again, I always give myself time to get to know that person. See, so what I make for that person is what is going to work for them.
So how do you go about that process with someone? Like, so you have that 15-minute conversation on the phone. Do you guys do you sit together and kind of create the blends together, or do you just kind of base it off of just your experience and just know that this is probably going to work?
No, I base it off the information the client provides.
Okay.
That's my first step. If there are a few other questions I need to ask, I will call the person. Otherwise, I will create 3 different blends and samples, and I will provide it to the client. And I will let them choose the one they feel is the best fit for them. Now,
Okay.
out of the 3 samples I provide, the 3 of them will have the same base. Just a few oils might differ from one to the next based on the sensitivity of the person,
Okay.
based if they have allergies, based if they find something offensive or too strong. And then the final touch will always be there once we have selected one. So I make sure that the ratios are appropriate. Some people are okay with 100% pure essential oils because they know how to use it.
Mhm.
Sometimes I see myself forced to add them into a carrier oil for the client because they don't really want to go through the trouble of having to mix them themselves.
Yeah, yeah. So you just kind of put it all together. Okay, so if somebody wants to get a hold of you through the website, is there and you have a 24-hour, is there any other ways anybody can get a hold of you? Do you have a Facebook page, or do you have Instagram or anything like that?
So I do not have any social media. My goal of doing this was to partner with other experts in other areas, such as Jasmine. Jasmine knows about liver cleansing, kidney cleansing,
Yeah.
and the many services she provides. My goal is to partner with people like this because I know aromatherapy can do so many for people, but I know it will not do it all. For that reason, I partner with other people. If you are unable to, for some reason, to see my website on your device, and then it is easier for you to go to organictherapy.ca. You can contact Jasmine. She'll relay that information for me. I also have my oils at a few other locations. But Jasmine is my first go-to person. With her, I'm testing the market to partner with experts.
Yep.
My goal is to help enhance the services that they provide, because people have the right to have options.
Yep. 1000%. So Jasmine does, like I was telling you guys before, there is acupuncture, which I swear by. I do acupuncture and
Mhm.
cupping. That is like my go-to for healing my body with my, of course, my eucalyptus and she does colon hydrotherapy, which is really, really interesting. She's coming on the show in 2 weeks, so I really want to talk to her about that. That's an interesting one to me. She does reflexology, different types of massages, and that's just to collaborate. Just a few things that Jasmine does, because, like you said, like being able to incorporate aromatherapy doesn't just mean you just do aromatherapy. It means you have to encompass the whole wellness of the aspect of wellness, which is aromatherapy, which is get yourself your, get yourself your body, making sure that it's functional, right? Like acupuncture and aromatherapy, I find are probably one of my two favorite things to do together. Every
Yeah.
acupuncture I go to, they always have aromatherapy going on in the background somewhere.
I agree with you 100%. I love eucalyptus, I love essential oils, but sometimes I need to go to Jasmine and have her put a certain little bone in my shoulder back in place, because I know the essential oil won't do it, right?
Yep.
So, again, lifestyle matters, and what you do to keep yourself healthy matters. That
Yep.
goes from your diet, your level of exercise, uh, um, even your moods can affect your full health. And then from there, uh, as long as you're informed about what's healthy for you, organic, non-organic, whatever works for you, will also help you in making smart choices for current situations, such as like the ones we're facing, with so many people divided. But nature is there, is for everyone, and we should feel free to uh, help each other.
Yeah, absolutely. And I love that we can unite in a world of where aromatherapy and wellness is actually a thing, because that is a world that we can kind of reconnect ourselves to, and kind of reconnect to. I think it's just reconnecting our bodies to what it's designed to do, right? Which is the natural holistic medicine that has been proven for years and years and years, that just works
Mhm.
with your body. It's nothing pharmaceutical. It's all natural. It comes from the earth, which means if it's coming from the earth, it's probably going to be okay for you to put on your body.
Yeah, the most interesting thing that I have found over the years is that pharmaceutical companies, many of them actually have shares. Even quite a few of them are owners of large distilleries,
Yeah.
because they some of these essential oils highly produce antioxidants, terpenes, monoterpenes, and all these refined chemicals that you can extract from the natural raw material, and then they get it and add it into their pharmaceutical process. So a lot of people don't realize that sometimes these people are playing both end of the spectrum.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Oh God, yeah. Oh, I'm such a believer that big pharma is playing both sides of this fence. Um, okay, so Clayton, before I let you go, if and we're going to continue this conversation next Monday, so I'm excited to get you back on the show, because I really want to dive deeper
Mhm.
in how your aromatherapy helps with fitness, and how it helps mental health, because I think that
Mhm.
that's a key that we really need to be touching on, especially in the world that's happening right now. Right, Winnipeg just announced that we're in our fourth wave, which means our fourth lockdown is coming up. So we know, we just see it, and we can feel it in the air. So I really want to be able to reconnect and really dive deep into aromatherapy with mental health, and of course the physicality of it. Before you go, is there anything else that we could talk about to kind of help encourage people to really take a look at this as an alternative, for like headaches, or for achy joints or whatever?
I'm just gonna leave it at this. You don't need to get into the healthy side or the holistic side of essential oils. If you want to keep it something as simple as making your home and your office smell
Mm,
nice,
love that.
do it. You just don't realize that you're still doing something to make yourself feel better. And as long as you're making yourself feel better, your mental state will change, will be more positive. You'll be less likely to get sick. You're most likely to make smart, sound choices through your day by just doing something so small as making your home smell and be exactly how you want and how you like. Um, just like you mentioned before, you really love lemongrass. So I'm pretty
Yep,
sure if you had a nice room spray with lemongrass, it will make you happy. For
absolutely.
others, will be cedarwood. For others, will be jasmine. Everyone is different. But again, it doesn't have to be always about health. It can just be as simple as your home. And then I just wanted to leave these at vaccinated or not vaccinated, to me it doesn't matter. You have questions, you have concerns, I'm here. Yeah, I don't judge, I don't criticize. Personal choices are personal choices. I'm just here to connect with people. If I can help you, I will try my best to help you. And all you have to do is just send me a quick message and I will be in touch with anyone that needs help.
I really love how you finish that because it is really raising your vibration and your vibrational energy with anything that makes you feel good or makes you feel happy or makes you feel calm or makes you feel at peace with whatever's going on. And you can just take a deep breath and you just smell your favorite smell in the air. It
Mhm.
just lights up that part of your brain where everything's going to be okay. So I really appreciate that you finished it off with that. Thank you so much. That was really that was really good too. So Clayton, I look forward to our conversation next week. Guys, if you guys have any questions for Clayton, please get to Sacred Lotus
Aromatics.
Aromatic.com. I'm going to butcher that probably every single time. If you guys are also interested in adding that and going more into that holistic, then make sure that you guys are going to organictherapy.ca as well and contact Jasmine for anything that you guys are looking for. I had a
Of
question there
course.
before. Thank you, Clayton. We will talk to you next week. And yeah, I hope that if you guys are interested, get a hold of this guy. He's going to help you out.
Thank you very much. Have a good night. Thank you,
Bye.
everyone.
So we had a question there. What does acupuncture do? Well, acupuncture helps release energy in a certain part of your body. So for me, I tore my labrum. Actually, was the shoulder. I tore my labrum, which is a part of my shoulder. So what happened is my shoulder popped out and it stayed out and it tore, like it's like a little piece of um tissue, and it tore it, ripped it. And so then my shoulder was hanging, like literally I was like walking around like this, and it was down because my whole shoulder had come out. So then I got my friend to kind of like push it back in. You finished my hockey game because I was only in my 20s when this happened, or actually it was in my 30s, but I wasn't doing anything crazy smart yet with my body. I was just really ripping up sports and playing hockey as hard as I could. Anyways, tore my shoulder. And ever since then, I get like all the way from the top of my neck all the way down, and it shoots all the way down my back. So I have to stay on top of my mobility. I'm always stretching. I'm always sitting on a lacrosse ball. I've always got a lacrosse ball in here doing my myofascial release. But when the pain or when the stiffness gets too much, I go and I get acupuncture. And what happens is they literally go from the top of my head all the way down. So what they do is they follow the way that this Chinese doctor explained it to me. Is she followed what was called my lifeline, because the lifeline on my body was the thing that was super contracted. So through the acupuncture, she went top and she literally followed the whole path of the injury all the way down to the top or bottom of my foot. Because you have to think, guys, and I'm going to get a little bit crazy uh, CrossFit coach here on you, but when you injure your shoulder, your whole body is going to change in dynamic, because now we've got an injury here that your body has to compensate for, right? So if my shoulder's hanging down here, well, what muscles are going to shorten up? Well, my muscles in the front shorten up, my muscles in the back loosen up. Then it pulls on the muscles in the back, pulls on my neck muscles. Once the back is pulled out, of course, it's going to readjust your hips somehow. Then, of course, it's going to go down your legs. You're going to feel it in your knees. You're going to feel it in your ankle, because everything is moved. So when you have an injury, your whole body is going to be is in reaction to helping it fix so that it can move, right? Your body wants to move, and it's going to want to move the best it could. So it kind of helps rewire yourself. It rewires itself so that it can function as best as it can around the injuries. Of course, I had the torn labrum, got the shoulder back in. I went for acupuncture. ASAP. It helped reduce all the swelling. Then I went for cupping. I actually had my physiotherapist do cupping with the needle inside the cup, which was the most bizarre thing ever, but it was really cool to see. I'll get acupuncture around my knees. I get acupuncture in the jawline. If you guys are really like stressed people and you clench your jaw at night, getting the acupuncture in your jaw is phenomenal. I actually had a whole bunch of acupuncture. I had like about 6 or 7 needles in my face, and that was all electrical currents. So there was electrical currents in it. And when you're done, your whole body just releases, and you literally walk out pain free from acupuncture. So if you guys have any stresses in your body, if you guys have any injuries in your body, you guys are sore, you guys are you guys work out, you guys are CrossFitters, you guys, you go crazy in the gym. You guys have to make sure that you guys are taking care of your wellness, because it's not just the physicality that you have to work, but it's the whole structure of the system. It's all everything encompassed. Because if you're working out, you need to make sure you're taking care of your self-care, which is acupuncture. And I'm telling you, I've been doing acupuncture for 12 years on my body. And I do acupuncture before I even do physiotherapy, because I truly believe that that's the way for me to go. So I'm just seeing what Amber wrote here, the jawline. So what happens here, guys, is you got to think, when you're clenching your jaw, you actually clench all the muscles here, and then it pulls in here, and then it pulls up here. So when you're clenching, you actually end up giving yourself some pretty wicked headaches and some pretty wicked eye pains, because of the jawline being so tight. Like, I'll even sit there and I'll go right between my jawline and I'll just like push, and I'll just sit on that for like 45 seconds, just because it's like a release for your body. If you guys have tingling in your hands, because you guys tore a shoulder, or because you guys have big knots, maybe you got into a car accident and the seatbelt really jolted you back, your shoulder never felt the same, or your back never felt the same. I'm telling you, and I can't stress it enough, because I've been this is how I still work out, and this is how I'm still able to place high in my age group, because of, damn, I need to take this phone call. Because that's my self-care. That's how I do it. That's how I make sure to take care of my body. So if you guys are looking for acupuncture, if you guys are looking to kind of get this with the aromatherapy, and I'm going to tell you guys, I can't stress it enough. It takes care of the mind, body, and soul all in one, because you're working with your energy, you're working with your body, you're releasing the energy in your body, you're releasing the toxicity in your body, you're releasing the stress in your body, you're adding the aromatherapy, which is just making you relax anyways. Because the second, like, let's be honest, we all have that smell we love so much, where we just take a deep breath, and the second we smell it, it could be apple pie, it could be when you get into the country and you just breathe that fresh air, it could be when you put cedar in a fire and you smell that cedar, it could be anything where you guys just smell it and you just relax. The second you do some acupuncture with the aromatherapy, I'm telling you, you guys, it's going to be mind blown, because of how well this actually works. So if you guys have never done acupuncture before, get yourselves an appointment now. Book it now. You see the website right there. It's organictherapy.ca. Book it with Jasmine and get on it. And I'm telling you guys, it's going to be life-changing. You'll never do anything else for your body ever again, other than acupuncture, some cupping, and aromatherapy. I've been doing it for 12 years. That's how I'm able to compete at such a high level in CrossFit. And that's how I take care of myself. That's how my Tanya takes care of herself. We do it all the time. This is how we do it. And of course, we just actually finished some acupuncture for my son. He hurt his foot. His ligaments were all tight. He was doing parkour and he landed hard on his foot. So what happened is all the ligaments underneath his foot just seized right up. So once that seized right up, of course, you start limping, hurts the ankle, everything is tight. Acupuncture released all of it. He's able to walk the second he comes out of there, and he's usually always limping in, and he's always walking out completely fine. So I'm telling you guys, acupuncture is the way to go. Get yourselves your appointments, book them right away. Make sure you guys are doing all that. I want to thank Alex for producing the show tonight. I want to thank Jasmine from Organic Therapy for sponsoring tonight's show. I want to thank Clayton for showing up from Sacred Lotus Aromatics. wow, I'm gonna butcher that every time, guys. I'm sorry. .com. You guys can see the emails are right there, or the websites are right in the comments here. So please get to the websites. This show is going to be uploaded to my Spotify account as well. The Filthy Truth on Spotify. You guys can see right here. If you guys want to help, the Filthy Truth kind of keep building, go ahead and you can get to the paypal.me or /Transcona CrossFit and help us out. There's there for my producer as well. He is the bomb. So thank you guys so much. If you guys have tight here and you guys are always getting headaches, I don't know what you're waiting for. Go and get some acupuncture. I'm telling you guys, it's life-changing. And she's going to do it the right way. She's going to make you into a human pincushion, but that's what we need. So thank you everybody for joining us tonight. Tomorrow night, Beth Martins. It is the nitty-gritty filthy truth that you guys are waiting for. If you guys want to see Rise of the Titans, that is on Wednesday at 8 p.m. with myself and Mr. Shadow Davis. I am so looking forward to that show. Thank you to everybody who's joined in. If you guys got any value out of this, please go ahead and share this and tag some friends that need to hear that they got to get some aromatherapy and hear that they need to go for some acupuncture, because it's huge. Thank you to everybody for joining me tonight, and have a wonderful evening. Go ahead. You got 8 minutes before Shadow's show, so go get yourself a bathroom break. And just quickly, Jasmine is on in 2 Mondays from now. Okay? Love you all. Mr. Alex, play us some heavy metal out of here, please, and let's get some rock-ons. Bye, guys.